Okay, I'm recording this video purely because I've been asked to do it based on the huge amount of bullying that is going on at schools these days. When kids come across someone that is different, they're not sure of how to react, so what is their first reaction? They start bullying. I have an instance where my 12-year-old daughter always had chronic ear infections from the time she was a baby. 2015, she had surgery to her left ear to correct the fact that all the bones in her ear had been eaten away. 2016, February 2016, she was told she would have to wear hearing aids. She was quite happy about it until a couple of months into going to school. She didn't want to wear the hearing aids anymore. It was a problem for her. She was miserable. Although she was an introvert, she was still happy-go-lucky. Then I discovered that her best friend had actually started bullying her, and it got so bad that Mondays she would wake up and she would have stomach aches, cry because her stomach was sore. But the rest of the day she was fine when I didn't allow her to go to school. I then spoke to her grade head and I said to her, look, I've actually obviously noticed she gets very apprehensive when it comes time to come into school. The fourth term, 2016, she stayed off school for a total amount of 11 days. We then spoke to her, the audiologist, and they suggested we transfer her to a school where kids are all the same. We did. She was quite happy. To go because all the kids there wore hearing aids or they were deaf. So she was quite happy. Then I suddenly started noticing that she was miserable every time I fetched her. She started getting picked on at school. I don't know if it's because she's actually an extremely sensitive child and then she's very emotional. It's very difficult for her because she doesn't always tell me what's going on, and then I have to deal with her teacher. Her teacher's now told me she's very concerned about her because she's highly emotional. Every time she speaks to her in class, Teegan turns around and she checks to see what the other kids' reactions are to what she says or what she does. She takes everything seriously, so even if someone doesn't say anything bad to her, she takes it in the wrong way and then she gets upset. And we've again gone through the stage this year where she stayed off for a week because her stomach was sore. We took her to a doctor and I explained everything, and he says obviously in stressful situations she presents with bad stomach cramps, so they prescribed her medication. But she also had an incident about a year ago where a boy older than her obviously picked on her before, touched her inappropriately. It was never ever dealt with. All the other kids thought it was funny. It was forwarded to a social worker, but who was subsequently fired, and it was never forwarded to anybody else. So it's been left. There was never closure in it. It's gotten to the stage now where I've now had to seek counselling for her. She has mood swings at home. She doesn't listen when she gets told to do things. She slams doors when she doesn't like things that have been said to her. And I also want kids to understand that if you don't understand somebody who's different to you, don't make fun of them. Rather approach those children and say, hey, I noticed you wearing hearing aids, or hey, I noticed this. You'll learn that they're no different to you. You'll learn that maybe because they are different, they have a brighter light, and they are unique, but they're human just like you and me. All need to learn that just because you're different, it doesn't mean that you're strange. Just because you're different, it doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. And if you don't understand something, rather ask that person than make their lives even more miserable, because they suffer at the end of the day. This is why we have such a high rate of suicide in the world, because people are too scared to approach a person who looks different but they're human just like us. They really are human. So, guys, come on. Is that how you really want to go forward in life, bullying people? Is that what you want to teach your kids, that it's acceptable to bully someone when you don't understand them? Don't do it. It actually makes a person miserable, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. Thank you for listening to me.